Relax your bow hand. I must have heard this a million times in my life. And it's almost like this is a secret to archery. It's just relax your bow hand. And whenever it doesn't go in the middle, it's like, yeah, your hand wasn't relaxed. But I'm not too sure about that, and I'll tell you why in this video. So the one day I actually stumbled upon something that kind of steered me into a direction where I wanted to do more testing on it. So how things developed for me, I was doing a talk test one day, and for those who don't know what a talk test is, it's basically to get your bow to shoot at the same spot even though you're talking it slightly left and right. It just makes it more forgiving. I've got another video on this, and I'll put the link in the description, and you can check it out there if you want. It's part of another video. There's a section on that, and I explain it quite extensively there. So if you want to take a look at that, then take a look in the description. And what happened when I did this talk tune, you have to grip your bow and able to get it left and right. And I was getting my bow talk tuned, and eventually I was talking it left and right, and I was hitting on the same spot. And I noticed that my groups were pretty good, and I was quite amazed. And I thought, oh, I might have a good day, and you know, maybe it's just that. So after I had my bow tuned, talk tuned, I went back to normal. I relaxed my hand completely, and I immediately noticed that I was moving more. And subsequently, I also had bigger groups. And then I thought, let me just make sure, and it's not a coincidence. So I went back and I gripped my bow slightly, and then my grouping shrunk again. And then I started digging into it. I went to YouTube, I dug into the subject a bit more in terms of watching the pros shoot, and I noticed like there was quite a extensive amount of pros seeming to grip their bows. It might be because it's windy, because obviously when it's windy it's going to help you more. I have to admit, it's mostly outdoor stuff that I watched, but there was something definitely in it. And even if you use it when the wind blows, even when it's not windy, and you can get that just the right amount of pressure on your grip to make your sight sit still or stiller, and you can aim better, that is logic that will make a big improvement on your score. But like anything, I like to test it for myself, and you should too. So the test goes like this. You hold anything like with a sharp point, like a pen or an arrow, thicker would be better, or something else that you can have a reference on. You can even use your hand. I've also used this. Then you can use a knuckle to aim with or something. It's not as precise, but it gives you an idea. And then you aim on something, and you just try and hold it on the spot. Relax like you usually shoot. You relax your hand, and then just apply a bit of pressure on the front part with your fingers on the object. And what that does is it just stiffens up your hand slightly, and then see if it makes a difference. What I've noticed is that I've got less dips in my aim, and I hold slightly steadier. It's ever so slightly, and it's more, you've got more control on the shot. It doesn't feel as out of control. You can control it, because sometimes when you're so relaxed, it feels like you're just a passenger. You know, there's no control almost ever. When there's slight tension, I'm talking about a little bit, then it's almost, you can control it better. And also the other side of this, you're probably going to shoot under pressure. You're going to be tense anyway, you're not going to feel it. And this simulates that. So there might be a truth in it, like training for when the big moment arrives. Okay, so now it's time for the next test. You need a bow. I've got mine right here. While we're busy, let's look at a good way to grip your bow. I like to teach it this way, and it's pretty simple. You point at something, your knuckles are running 45 degrees down, your thumb is pointing at about 2 o'clock, and you just flick your wrist back and you slide your hand into the bow until you feel a pressure point on the meaty part of your thumb around here, and then you're good to go. It's that simple. I've taken the stabilizer off my bow. That just enhances the movement. You're not aided by the stabilizers, and this will give you a more accurate test. So I'm going to do the relaxed hand first. So I'm going to go out and draw my bow. Just relax your hand. And now apply some pressure onto the grip. See if that makes a difference. Just to summarize everything, this might work for you or it might not. Or you can use it when the wind blows, and then when it's not blowing, you can relax your hand. It does help for you when the wind blows. Then at least you got something out of it. The best thing for you would be to go out, test it on the range, and see what works for you. Go do testing. And also the intensity of your grip, the amount of pressure you apply on it is going to be different for everyone. You can go and test it. Hopefully it works for you. And we appreciate you watching, and we'll see you soon.